Hello, Libra gang, Libra gang. Hey, Libra gang, Libra gang. Hello, my beautiful Libras, and welcome to your channel message reading. Thank you all so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. I appreciate you guys. If any of you would like to book a personal reading, to purchase anything, to make a donation to the channel, or to become a member, all info on how to do so is down below in the description box. Okay, so my beautiful Libras, you are a threat, Libra. Okay, I feel like you really need to understand how much people are threatened by you. Like it's just I can't even put it into words. You may not understand it yourself, but you really, it's almost like people view you as like a weapon of like mass destruction that they feel like they need to destroy. Not because you're dangerous, though, you know, not because you'd hurt anyone, but just because your gifts, your talents, whatever it is that you can do, Libra, it could be the way that you look. There's just a lot of things about you that causes malfunctions in others, okay? So you may find that like a lot of people around you, they want to like control you in some type of way. People become obsessed with you. This is why you're always surrounded by like envious people, you know, because you are the scales, you all talent, weight, you can hold a lot. So there's just a lot that you can do that others will never be able to do. Others can't even fathom like what it is that you do. So you are going to be a target. You've been a target, but you are breaking free from that, okay? You are breaking free from it, but it doesn't mean to say that there's not going to be more like people trying to stop you, because I feel like people are able to see that you've broken free from something, and so now they're going to try harder, because you're even more of a threat. You're like a quadruple threat, like, you know, not a triple threat, a quintuple. Is it a quintuple? A quintuple threat, okay? But you are people are just very threatened by you, Libra. And like when people are threatened by you, it causes them to act out. It causes them to like say things, do things that they may or may not mean, but just any like I'm getting like tantrums. I'm getting like you're just surrounded by a lot of people that are emotionally immature and very insecure, and so there's going to be a lot of people that are going to throw a lot of tantrums because they're not going to be satisfied or happy with certain things that you're doing or how you're doing it, but really it's just because they're threatened by you, okay? I remember saying in one of your last readings when I was using the cards that you're going to have to trust in your mind power, okay? So meaning like using your own psychic abilities, your intuition, like relying on that to guide you. Like even now myself, I'm kind of using myself, I guess, as an example, or leading by example, because I've been doing the last two readings without cards. Not by choice. I love my cards. I create cards, okay? So I need my cards. It's just that I don't have access to them. I thought I was going to get them this weekend, but no. So tomorrow, hopefully I should have my card. Like the next time I'm on my channel, I should have my cards. But even me, I'm just relying on my intuition, because in day-to-day life, I don't use cards for anything. And I'm always getting told like, oh my God, you were so right about this. Oh my God, I should have listened to you. Like the other day, my mum referred to me as a witch. She said to me that I'm sure you're like a witch or something. Like you're really psychic because blah, blah, blah. And then she explained why. I've been called a witch quite a few times by exes and stuff. Because it's like people don't believe in what you're saying. And like when you give them advice about something, or when you warn them about something, and then afterwards they see everything you said like happened, then they're like, oh. And like I don't use cards, like especially like with family or people who are close to me. I just don't like to know outcomes of things like through the cards, because I feel like it will, I don't know, kind of just it stresses me out. So I just go with what my mind says, and I'm normally right. So, you know, but I feel like it's important for you to trust in the unknown. Like I had a dumb bitch, and I'm gonna say it, a dumb bitch, that commented on my reading the other day, who was like a regular commenter. This is what I hate. I hate like when you think that people are like your Codys, or like, you know what I mean, like there for you and like support you, and then they just switch up on you. Like, don't be fucking switching. Like, pick a side and stick to that side, bitch. Okay. This is why I don't be giving out free stuff anymore, because it's like the moment when I'm like, you know what, I'm in a good mood, I think I'm going to give out free readings, I think I'm going to give a free product to someone, I'll go through the comments and see who I want to choose, like who's the regular commenter, and then like one of my commenters, I'm like, oh yeah, I see her comment on the regs, says something like rude or disrespectful, and I'm like, okay, now you've just fucked it up for everybody. Like, do you know what I mean? But there was a dumb bitch that commented the other day on my last video and said something along the lines of like, reading without cards is BS, and she doesn't understand how anyone can do that. So she's basically trying to say I'm a fraud. Like, are you dumb? Are you really? Reading without cards is intuition. It's what psychic is. What do you mean? Like, how can you trust in a reader pulling on cards and trusting what their cards say, but you don't trust what their mind says? And a lot of the times when I do my readings, I do channeled messages anyway, or I will say something and then the card will confirm what I have said. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you don't believe in my intuition, then why are you even watching? Why are you here? You know what I mean? I think that's very disrespectful to disrespect a high priestess's gifts and abilities. Like, do you know what I mean? I mean, with cards or without cards, I could read stones. Like, it doesn't matter. The message is either going to resonate or it's not. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And so, you know, you yourselves, the people who are watching, who are intuitive, who do believe in all forms of spirituality, because you can't believe in tarot and not believe in intuition. It just doesn't make any sense. Although there are people who read cards and they don't have intuition, so they're not channelers, because anyone can learn how to read tarot, but not everybody can connect with their intuition. Do you know what I mean? And see things in the cards beyond what the cards means and what the cards is showing you. Okay. So yeah, so I'm here to lead by example and to show you guys that, you know, like, to be confident in your abilities, even if it sounds crazy, even if you don't even really believe in what you're saying. Like, you may just hear things, you may write things down, you may have dreams, whatever. Convey those messages. Okay, others who don't understand that, they're going to try to like say things to just belittle your judgment, basically. But it doesn't matter. They're not connected. They don't have the gift, so they don't get it. They're not visionaries, okay? But you believe in your gifts, though, and you don't need a piece of paper or a card to tell you that something is right or wrong. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of the times we're too reliant on things, especially in the culture that we're in this day and age where everything is fucking AI. You know what I mean? People don't even draw their own artwork anymore when they're making decks. Like, people don't even create their own essays. You know, you just type in this and then fucking you know, that artificial intelligence just has it all written out for you. So a lot of people are becoming lazy. Their minds are getting lazy. You know, their fine motor skills, like, no one's exercising their talents and things anymore. So if you are a talented individual, hold on to that. Do you know what I mean? Because there will be one day when like technology dies down to the point where like we may not have access to internet. Like, I'm getting something globally. I just heard that. So there could be something globally that happens where everything actually shuts down, like satellites shut down, or there's going to be a point where maybe there's going to be a power cut in your area or something like that, but there's going to be a time where you're not going to have access to the internet, to artificial intelligence, and you're going to have to rely on your own brains and your own skills. And if you haven't harnessed your brains, your skills, if you haven't been exercising them, if you haven't been strengthening them, you may as well be dumb, deaf and blind. Like, do you know what I mean? No disrespect to anybody who is, but do you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, so, you know, this is how you become powerful, is by believing in your power and then utilizing that power and finding things to place that energy. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because power is energy at the end of the day. So yeah, so when you have a thought or when you have an idea, it's like following your instincts. You know, like when you're sitting there and you're thinking something, or your mind may just say like, you know what, go shopping today. You don't even want to buy anything. You have no reason or no idea as to why your mind is telling you to go shopping. But then you're like, okay, fuck it, I'm just going to get up, I'm just going to go to the shops today. When you go to the shops, then you might meet somebody who may introduce you into somebody else, and then you get this opportunity, and it's like, oh, if I never came to the shop, I would never have met this person, and now I'm in. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Or you may see something that you thought you never needed, but you did need it, or just anything can happen. Just follow your instincts, you know what I mean? You could also be led to kind of like help or save somebody from something. So you could be driving, for example, and normally you go left, but something tells you to turn right. You don't know why you're being asked to turn right, and after you find out that there was an accident that happened on the left side, and so your intuition telling you to turn right is like showing you like, wow, like I'm really in tune with my higher self, because had I have turned left, that could have been me in that accident. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So, you know, we have that inner voice in our minds for a reason, and it's all about trusting in that inner voice, and not worrying if other people don't trust in it, because you wouldn't be given messages intuitively for no reason. Unless you're someone that suffers from like a mental health condition, that's when it gets a bit, okay, can I trust my mind or not? Because, you know, people who have mental health illnesses, their minds are not necessarily reliable because they don't have stable minds. Do you know what I mean? So they can't really trust what their mind is telling them, because a lot of the times it's like, I mean, I see mental illness as like demons being trapped in a person's mind. Which is why I feel like a lot of like, well, I think next to all of the mental health issues are like, they seem to be very negative. You know what I mean? You don't feel like for example, like schizophrenia or bipolar or borderline personality disorder. It's like, if you're schizophrenic, you'll be hearing demons and hearing voices and people telling you to go kill yourself or kill others or just do some wild shit. But you never hear a lot of like a mental health condition where you see rainbows and bunnies and everything is all like fairyland 24/7. Do you know what I mean? It's always something negative. So I just believe that it's like when too many souls are trapped in one vessel and they're like fighting in the mind, and that's why you hear all these voices. And do you know what I mean? I feel like it's a demonic thing. It's like, you know, but we're not going to get into that. That's for a different conversation for a different day. But I just brought that up to say that if you are someone that suffers from mental health issues or someone else does around you, then of course it might be harder for that person to trust their own mindset and their intuition, because they've got like 5 different voices going on in their mind. But if you're somebody that is very self-aware, so like you're strong-minded and you're not insane in any type of way, then you can trust your own instincts, you can trust your intuition. And other people are going to try to make you seem like you're crazy and that you have a mental health condition and all of this, and it's just like, well, how comes every time I be saying shit or I follow my own instincts or I follow my own guidance, things turn out in my favor if I'm crazy? Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I'm just getting like you're surrounded by a lot of non-believers or a lot of hypocrites, Libra. So but just ignore them. You know, just keep doing you, keep believing in you, because if you don't believe in you, nobody else is going to. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And you don't need other people to like validate your existence. Do you know what I mean? Like, you are here, you can see what you can do, you are a physical being. So as long as you can still see yourself and you're still able to do certain things and access certain things, other people, yeah, just obsolete at this point. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? 1 second, guys, because I think I wrote downloads down, but I don't know what I did with the paper. So I'm trying to remember like from my mind. Okay, I remember getting something about bullies. I don't know if I said that in the beginning of this reading though, I can't remember. But that is a good thing about having cards though, because you can see what you've been talking about in front of you. Do you know what I mean? But the cards will be back, guys, for those who are like, I just don't have access to them. That's all it is. Okay. What else was I going to say to you guys? Decisions and choices is really, really important. So I think your last channel message, I was saying something of the lines of like, you're going to have a lot of decisions and choices to make, and some of them might be tough. But I'm getting that you really have to, once you make a decision about something, it's imperative that you stick to it. Like, you cannot backtrack, you cannot change your mind. you have to follow something all the way through. And for some of you, it might be scary, or I'm getting scary for a lot of you. You're gonna be like, sorry, 1 second, guys. You're gonna be like fighting with yourself about whether or not you should change your mind about something, okay? But no, don't change your mind. You have to stick to some type of decision that you have made. Maybe you're afraid that something is not going to go in your favor, or that you're not going to get the outcome that you want, but you wouldn't have been prompted to make a specific decision in the first place if you wasn't supposed to. Hello, Pupus. Say hello, Pupus. Say hello. And she's also come to let you know that protection is always around you, okay? Because, you know, cats, they're a symbol of good luck and protection, okay? So, and every time I've noticed that I sit down to record, the cats will just surround me. So I'm just getting that protection is always surrounding you. Your spirit guides are always there letting you know, 1616, as I said that. They're always around you to let you know that they're there for you. And you can call on them at any time, but you just have to look out for the signs. And when you're looking out for the signs, you have to believe in what you're seeing. So give yourself a specific sign that only you would recognize. Like when you see it, you know, okay, that's my sign from spirit, or that's my sign from spirit guides. Like, make it unique. And like I said, you don't have to share, sorry, my allergies, guys. You don't have to share. Are you okay? I think she just sneezed there, bless you. You don't have to share this with anyone, because, you know, some people, they just don't understand certain shit because they're just not meant to. And that's okay. We don't have to sit down and keep trying to convince people, you know, what we're saying is right and why it's right and why it's not right, and like, fuck all of that. It's either you believe in some shit or you don't, and if you don't, then goodbye, good time. They're nothing but muggles, okay? The non-believers, they're muggles. But yeah, so that goes back into saying to believe in yourself, you know. Stop telling yourself that you can't do something. And also as well, shifting into the reality that you want is detaching from the old version of you, which is detaching from the old way of thinking, the old patterns, the old habits, the old, like, if you don't want to repeat a certain circumstance or a certain outcome, then, but it keeps happening, that's an indication that you need to change something that you're doing, okay? So that could be a mindset, okay? You need to change direction, but it's all about your mind. Like, it's like when people are going through like hard times, right? When you're going through hard times, it is very hard sometimes to see how you're going to make your way out of that hard time. But then that's where faith comes in. That's where trusting in the unknown comes in. It's like, okay, this is happening right now, but I want this to happen. Like, A is happening and I want to go to B. But I keep thinking about A. I keep talking about A. I keep holding on to A. So that's why I can't get to B, because I'm holding on to A. Like, I'm dwelling in melancholy right now. And I'm not saying that you can't express emotions, have emotions, but this is why emotions are ruled by the water, because it's all about flow. You let them flow, you release the emotions. It's like when you run a bath. The bath fills up, but then when you finished and you got all the dirt and everything off you, and you've cleansed your energy, you've cleansed yourself, you've cleansed your body, you take the plug out and you let the water drain and go down, and it takes all the gunk and all the dirt and all the, you know, all the muck that was on you, it goes down the drain basically. And so that's how it is, like when you're going through certain things and you're experiencing certain emotions. You can sit in the bath and soak in your own filth, aka dwelling in your sadness and your melancholy, but you need to learn to release and let it go. You know what I mean? Because holding on to certain things is only gonna like hurt yourself. It's only gonna kind of make you more bitter, or you, like, you know what I mean? You can overcome certain things, but you have to believe in the fact that you will overcome it. You have to have that faith that you're going to be able to get out of a certain situation. Okay, depending on obviously what the situation is. Okay, but obviously if you've been guided to like watch readings, for example, that's spirit's way of letting you know, like, you know, there is a way out, and sometimes you need to hear it through someone else, or you need to get the strength through someone else. You know what I mean? It could just be listening to like an empowering message or a song or something. Okay, also like seeing other people who have gone through certain things and they have their testimonies and everything like that. I mean, I've gone through like a lot of stuff, like a lot, still currently going through, but I'm still here, continuing to do what I like to do, regardless of what situation I'm currently in. Like right now, I don't have my cards. Am I going to let that stop me from delivering messages to you guys? No. Do you know what I mean? So I still have to get up every day and do certain things. I have responsibilities. I have people that I have to care for, even though I'm going through my own shit. Because I can't sit down and dwell in certain things, because if I do that, my situation is not going to change. You know what I mean? And so when things have happened in my life and I've wanted different outcomes and different results, I have taken the action in order to change the outcome, because I didn't like what the fuck was happening. Do you know what I mean? So that's what you guys need to do if you're not doing that already, or maybe you are that voice of reason for somebody else. Okay, so you may find that, like, you know, being a Libra, I just find that people are always just, you know, coming to you for advice that they don't listen to a lot of the time until after some shit happens, and they come back like, oh my god, you were so right, and you're like well, yeah, that's why you came to me in the first place. So you may you may kind of realize that a lot of people don't actually want help, they just want to complain. And when they see that you are no longer like, you're like, okay, I've heard you complain, I sympathize with you, but now we're on the next stage where I kind of want to give you a solution to help with your problem. And it's like every solution you're giving this person, 22, as I said, that they're giving you like an excuse or a reason as to why they can't do something, or why something is not going to work out or something. You realize this bitch just doesn't want the help. They just want to complain about it, and they want you to complain. You sit down and gossip and whinge and moan. You don't have the time for that, Libra, okay? Don't allow people to drag you down to their hell. It's like, okay, you're in hell right now. I'm the angel that's going to try to help you, like, lift yourself out of this. But if you're dragging me down to hell and trying to keep me there with you, nothing is going to change. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Mimi, I am not feeding you. You have just had food. Sorry, guys. My nose. Okay. Gosh, sorry, guys. Yeah. So do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that they just want to bitch and complain about their situations, and they don't actually want help, or they don't actually want to do something about what it is that they've got going on. And so it's, you know, I feel like for some of you, you might need to be a bit firm with people and just say like, listen, do you want me to help you out or not? Or do you just want to complain about this, you know? And whatever they say, you make a decision and you move on with your life. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, because we have all been going through like trials and tribulations for a long time, especially the Libras, and the cycle is ending for a lot of us. Not for everybody though, because what people fail to understand is that we are all on different timelines. And I remember speaking about the perfection wheel that we're all in, depending on what house you're in. Okay, in your chart. Some people are mentally stuck in like their first house or their second house or their third house. So even though they're getting older, even though things are changing in their life, they may see that like that things are changing around them, but they're not changing because they're stuck on a certain level. So I think about the perfection chart, the perfection wheel, which is you know, our houses, the 12 houses in our chart, right? For those who don't know, research it. I think I put it on my community tab a couple months ago. But whatever house you're in is basically what you need to focus on, what's going to be activated. So depending on what age you are, you'll know what house you're in, and then you'll know what areas that you need to pay attention to at specific times or events in your life. And so say you're in a money house, right? But your money's funny. That's probably because your mind is focused on something else, and there was something that you didn't complete when you were back in your 7th house, which is the house of relationships. So because your mindset is there, now you're in your money house, but your money is not growing, or it's not activating, or you're not working, you're not doing things because you haven't moved on from the other house that you're in. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So this is why it's important to move on, because how you grow and develop and ascend as a person is basically like how can I say, completing your chart, if that makes sense. It's like in the tarot, I always see the major arcanas as like what we could potentially be, and the like minor arcanas is like us, the levels and the stages that we go through in order to get to that major arcana. So that's why I always say, like, not every Libra is an empress, not every Pisces is a high priestess, not every Sagittarius is the temperance, like a divine angel, because you have to get through certain parts of yourself. You have to master certain elements in order to become that major arcana. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Depending on what the major arcana is, though, because some people, like with the tower, some people are just walking towers. Like, do you know what I mean? They're already there. Like, so wait 1 second, guys. Okay, some people are walking towers, guys. But yeah, some people are like walking towers, you know. But yeah, basically just, you know, development. So Libras, you know, you could be working on yourself right now, or you're trying to, because I do notice that there are a bit of like low vibrational and toxic Libras, and I just find it really sad. And if you're one of those people, you have to recognize that in yourself. Like, I'm toxic and I need to change. Those are probably the Libras that have Scorpio and Aquarius mixed with them, or Sagittarius. Those are the Libras that tend to be a bit more on the toxic side. Okay, I'm not saying that you are if you have those placements, but I'm just saying sometimes you do need to look at yourself in the mirror. You know what I mean? You can't always be placing the blame on other people. But for the high vibrational Libras, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Keep believing in yourself. Don't give up on certain things as well. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on your aspirations. Just keep going and keep moving forward as well. Don't focus on what's behind you. Don't focus on the past. Keep moving forward. Okay? Just period. Because I feel like there are people from your past, they can see you moving forward and they want to drag you back. Like, they want to put you on this leash because they don't want you to be in your full potential. Because I feel like even when you're going through shitty times or whatnot, you still keep persevering, or you have this like this just strong aura around you. You just walk around and you carry this power, this strength that people don't understand. It's like, okay, Libra's been through this, that, and the third, and Libra's still walking, Libra's still standing, Libra's still looking good. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Because they wouldn't be able to handle what it is that you're going through, so they'll put you through more stuff, or they just don't want you to move forward. Some people feel stuck in their lives and they want you to be stuck with them. And you know, some of these people you could have known from school times, could have grown up with these people, could be friends of the family, some of them could even be family. Fuck them. If anybody is toxic and they're trying to pin you down, bring you down, or they're trying to keep you at a level that they're at, because they're not brave enough or they don't have the strength to move forward in their life. That's not for your business. Okay, don't allow people to use you for your energy. Because you rule karma, a lot of people will tend to run their karma through you. And it's kind of like, oh, if we get Libra on our side about doing certain things, or if we corrupt the Libra, like, you know, then we get good karma, or it affects, you know, our destiny, or this, that, and the third, or, you know what I mean? Like, don't let people, like, you have to understand your power and what you're made up of to understand why people like to attach themselves to you. And then once you really kind of study yourself and study your power and understand and have, you know, then you're like, oh, okay, you'll find that you will want to fuck with people less and less and less. And people might find it weird that, like, you could be an introvert, you don't have friends and stuff. We just, like, because I've got too many great qualities that people like to take advantage of. So I can't be friends with people, because people don't know how to be friends with powerful people without trying to steal their power or to be in competition with them in some type of way. You know what I mean? So you have to be around people that are like yourselves, and a lot of the times you are you are one of a kind. So you can't be around other people that are like you, because there hardly is any. Or the one person that's like you is like across the fucking world. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Or you'll meet people that are like you, but then they're not really like you. They're pretenders. And you're like, oh, okay. So just be wary of that too, Libra. But yeah, but just keep doing you. Keep pushing forward and keep prevailing. And the main message I'm having for you here is to let go of, because, you know, the cliche saying, let go of things that don't serve you. Like, for real, like, let shit go. Okay? But it doesn't mean, when I say let things go, I don't mean like, say someone did you really dirty, right? And I say let things go, I don't mean like, oh, let something go and forgive someone and let them back in your life and have them do the same shit that they done to you before. When I say let go and release things, I mean as in, like, not dwelling on a situation or not dwelling on something that someone has done to you. Okay, like, not dwelling in it, not becoming the problem. Do you understand? Because I see that a lot in people a lot of the times. Like, they've gone through something really bad, or someone has hurt them really bad, and it's like they become the very thing that hurt them or that they don't like, or it's like the only thing that they can talk about. And sometimes you do want to just release certain things and get things off of your chest. That's healthy. I'm not saying that I do that myself. I'm not saying that that's something that you shouldn't be doing, but don't let the negative energy become you, because that will be your life. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Your life will be negativity if that's all you can think about. Like, say something happened like 3 weeks ago and you're still talking about it, you're still going on about it, you're still allowing it to get you angry and mad, and you know what I mean? It's like, try to have control over your emotions. But I'm not saying that you should be that you shouldn't have any emotions, or that you should, like, suppress your emotions. Feel things, release, let go, move forward. Don't allow something to become your life. Don't let something or someone live rent free in your mind. You know, you may get flashbacks of things, or things, you may get triggered by certain things, but having power and control, especially over your mind, is one of the most, like, the best things one of the greatest abilities, that you can have. Okay, yeah. Because I see people do that all the time. Or, like, you know, like, when you see, like, say someone writes something and it's like a long paragraph of all the pain that they've gone through and all the suffering, but not at one point did they write, oh, but I have sought help for this, or I'm doing this in order to cope, or I'm doing that. A lot of people just want to, like, wallow in their misery, and it's like, okay, but what are you doing in this situation to try and help yourself to overcome? Like, what is your comfort? What is your coping mechanism? You know? But anyway, thank you so much, Libras. I will see you in the next video, where I will have cards. Toodles.